humanists, art and literature. We will see, too, how secret teachings on the history of the world influenced the foreign policy of the present U.S. administration regarding Central Europe. Is the Pope Catholic? Well, not in the straightforward way you might think. One morning in 1939, a young man aged 21 was walking down the street when a truck drove into him and knocked him down. While in a coma, he had an overwhelming mystical experience. When he came round, he recognized that although it had come about in an unexpected way, this experience was what he had been led to expect as the fruit of techniques taught him by his mentor, Mieczysław Koltoryzik, a modern Rosicrucian master. As a result of this mystical experience, the young man joined a seminary, later became Bishop of Krakow, then later still Pope John Paul II. These days, the fact that the head of the Catholic Church was first initiated into the spirit realm under the aegis of a secret society is perhaps not as shocking as it once was, because science has taken over from religion as the main agent of social control. It is science that decides what it is acceptable for us to believe, and what is beyond the pale. In both the ancient world and the Christian era, the secret philosophy was kept secret by threatening those who trafficked in it with death. Now, in the post-Christian era, the secret philosophy is still surrounded by dread, but the threat is of social death rather than execution. Belief in key tenets, such as prompting by disembodied beings, or that the course of history is materially influenced by secret cabals, has been branded as at best crackpot, at worst the very definition of what it is to be mad. In mystery schools, candidates wishing to join were made to fall down a well, undergo trial by water, squeeze through a very small door and hold logic-chopping discussions with anthropomorphic animals. Ring a bell? Lewis Carroll is one of the many children's writers. Others are the Brothers Grimm, Antoine de Saint-Exupéry, C.S. Lewis, and the creators of The Wizard of Oz and Mary Poppins, who have believed in the secret history and the secret philosophy. With a mixture of the topsy-turvy and childlike literalness, these writers have sought to undermine the common-sense materialistic view of life. They want to teach children to think backwards, look at everything upside down and the other way round, and break free of established, fixed ways of thinking. Other kindred spirits include Rabelais and Jonathan Swift. Their work has a disconcerting quality in which the supernatural is not made a big issue of. It is simply a given. Imaginary objects are seen as at least as real as the mundane objects of the physical world. Satirical and skeptical, these gently iconoclastic writers are undermining of readers' assumptions and subversive of down-to-earth attitudes. Esoteric philosophy is nowhere explicitly stated in Gargantua and Pantagruel or Gulliver's Travels, but a small amount of digging brings it into the light of day. In fact, this book will show that, throughout history, an astonishing number of famous people have secretly cultivated the esoteric philosophy and mystical states taught in the secret societies. It might be argued that because they lived in times when even the best educated did not enjoy all the intellectual benefits that modern science brings, it is only natural that Charlemagne, Dante, Joan of Arc, Shakespeare, Cervantes, Leonardo, Michelangelo, Milton, Bach, Mozart, Goethe, Beethoven, and Napoleon all held beliefs that are discredited today. But then, isn't it rather surprising that many in modern times have held the same set of beliefs, not just madmen, lone mystics, or writers of fantasies, but the founders of the modern scientific method, the humanists, the rationalists, the liberators, secularizers, and scourges of superstition, the modernists, the skeptics, and the mockers? Could the very people who have done most to form today's scientifically oriented and materialistic world view secretly have believed something else? Newton, Kepler, Voltaire, Paine, Washington, Franklin, Tolstoy, Dostoevsky, Edison, Wilde, Gandhi, Duchamp. Could it be true that they were initiated into a secret tradition, taught to believe in the power of mind over matter, and that they were able to communicate with incorporeal spirits? Recent biographies of some of these personalities hardly mention the evidence that exists to show that they were interested in these sorts of ideas at all. In the present